And hello, and welcome into some more Steins. Over here, we're gonna play some more today and showcase the game further, playing through the story. If you want to check it out for yourself, it's available on Steam. We already have one big part and one slightly smaller part going. We're currently in the first chapter, and we're still confused about as to whether or not the people in Akihabara vanished or not. But as I accidentally spoil it, it's time travel related. And a lot of the events are different from the events that we experienced ourselves. And as such, we'll get down to it, shall we? Is a save file? Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, we ended on a celebratory bottle of Dr. Pepper, Okabe's favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice-cold drinks are essential. Elixir intellectualis. A drink fit for a genius. Cola's better. Shut up, Daru. Okarin really loves his Dr. Pepper.
この知的飲料の良さがわからないやつは人生の5分の1を損しているぞ。
I pity the man who knows not the greatness of this beverage. Step through the curtain dividing its center and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it's strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape so it's dim. You can already see there's some cup noodles over here. There's a microwave that has a weird display with the what are they called again? I looked it up. Nixie tubes. Nixie tubes. There's a... Is that a rice cooker? Is that an umbrella with a vacuum attached to it? There's another vacuum here that is turbo. They also seem to have added a bunch of different things to hair blowers, hair dryers. Like over here is a hair dryer with the nozzle of a vacuum attached to it. Why? And hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's hazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. Really? His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be. Daru, is your plan progressing smoothly? Huh? What plan? Let me just quick... Alright, should be a bit better now. What plan? Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than newer home models.
計画は計画だ。8号機の調整以外に何があるというのか。
The plan as in the plan. Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8.
ああ、そのこと。いきなり計画とか言うから何事かと思った。
Oh, Dad, how was I supposed to know what you meant?
そろそろお前との付き合いも3年半ほどになる。
We've known each other for, what, 3 years now? We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though.
高2の時はクラス別でほとんど喋んなかったじゃん。だから実質2年半じゃね？
We were in different classes junior year, and actually we didn't talk at all, so 2 years?
細かいことはどうでもいい。それほどの付き合いの長さなのだから、いい加減俺の会話についてこられるようになってくれ。
The point is we've known each other a long time. I expect you to keep up with me here.
それは無理。
Nope. Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shut down again.
それで、8号機の不調の原因究明は進んだか？
So are we any closer to figuring out what's wrong with gadget number 8?
いや、まだ。
No. So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we've managed to create some ingenious future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident, in other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, the Bit Particle Gun. Gadget number 2, the Bamboo Helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Ora Ora? Gadget number 4, Mode Snake. Gadget number 5, once again I've made a worthless object by Goemon. Gadget number 6, the Sealum Saber. Gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball. They can all be seen on the website Dara made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist genius. Hold up, is that like an actual website? I wouldn't put it past them to create like an actual website for this. Like they've done that in the past. Game devs have done that. They have. It's an actual website. It's an actual website. It's an actual website. We're gonna dive into this. Hold up. We gotta dive into this. I just don't speak Japanese. Or read, for that matter. You know. Speaking is less of an issue. It's just, the reading is more of an issue here. Future gadgets. The crystallization of sharpened wisdom will become the divine fire in the holy way. In the holy war. Below are some of the honorable future gadgets that have been invented in our laboratory so far. Mail order is also available, so feel free to fax in your order. If you don't want to regret it after it's sold out, buy it. Mail order fax number OC 3A661704. I wonder if they're actually if that's set up as well. Alright, what does the phone state here? Work by Technoport, Shiga Prefecture. Cell phone laser gun. Price to be determined. Mobile phone type laser ray gun. Pressing various buttons shoots out beams of different colors, but the gun is rechargeable and loses power when the battery is out. It also is vulnerable to water and is dangerous if pointed at people. You can pretend to be playing with your cell phone and quickly eliminate the enemy behind you. The problem is when the enemy comes from the front. It's so silly, I love it. What is this? Work by Ryo Getsukai from Osaka Prefecture. Karaoke microphone with flashlight Karaiton. Price to be determined. Is this mic unidirectional? With this, we might be able to find that one who lurks in the darkness. Gafford name. Flashlight karaoke microphone Caliton. You can also sing using a gadget that combines a karaoke microphone and a small flashlight, but in that case, the small flashlight will shine on your face to create a sense of fear. This is perfect for you, who don't like ordinary karaoke. Please give it a try. Terror clean, lesser suit. Kill only the cat number 3. A microwave oven is given to you, but there's a 1.5 chance of it doing something. I don't know, it didn't translate it correctly. Google Lens, eh? Don't be silly about linking it to Schrodinger's cat. The future is always going to happen because we, the observers, decided. There's a refrigerated TV and image storage. While the cord is plugged in, you can save all the programs. That is a great idea, reminiscent of a cord. So it's a fridge that also records your TV shows. And then, Jet Toaster, you can launch the toast to the stratosphere. Yes, I read it. You want me to write a message to aliens on this bread. Pendler. Number 8 is by combining it with your mobile phone, you can now control your microwave remotely. By the time you get home, your food will be ready. Ghost of a Shell camouflage pole. It's a gigantic object that allows you to experience optical camouflage in a simulated way. A total of 12.6-inch prawn tubes are arranged in a three-dimensional manner, and multiple ultra-small CMOS cameras are installed in the corners and facing outwards to fill in the gaps. This eliminates blind spots around this object, and even if you hide in the shadow of the object, you can still see from the other side. It is very huge. Please order only if you have enough space at home. Do not roll it, as it will break. And then the Psyllium Saber is a gadget number 6. Is a chemical A type of red glow stick. By attaching a handle, it can be used like a sword. The revolutionary idea of making fake blood glow makes it look realistic. Do not swing it around in a small space. The blood paste may splatter and cause a nuisance to those around you. Special price of 1,480 yen. That's like a lot. I mean, it's $10. But like, it's literally just a light stick. Anyways, the alchemy on the website Arrow made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist genius. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the phone wave, name subject to change. Phone wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the 3 of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology or names with hidden meanings that need extra explanation to understand. Daru, there's Dr. Pepper over here, I just noticed. Daru thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The phone wave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food into the microwave before you leave, then on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila, hot food ready for your arrival. So it's basically a piece of junk. No, it's not a piece of junk. Because if you think about it, Steins Gate, this came out in 2009, you know? Steins Gate was ahead of its time. Smartphones nowadays can do that. You can literally have something in the microwave and then basically let, like, I don't know, your home assistant, you know, your smart home assistant know to turn on the microwave where you left the food so that it's ready by the time that you're back at home. That way you can defrost food already, ready, so that you can then cook with it. Or you can have something in there like microwave food that then is done, so you just have to take it out and eat it. If you think about it, Steins Gate was ahead of its time. Truly. They predicted the future. Oh my goodness. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1 as usual when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Now that is good. If you think about it, what if you've got leftovers, but you don't want to like freeze them in the freezer because you don't have space in the freezer? So now you can just refreeze them in the microwave. And you can do that while you're on the go. You literally like, oh, you made too much soup. You put it into the microwave oven. Then you leave and freeze it over there. And after a few hours, you freeze it again. Since then, Dara and I have been searching for the cause.
マユ氏がやった状況を再現して何度も実験したけど、冷凍できたりできなかったりだし。
We tried copying what Mayushi did, but we just can't reproduce the freezing phenomenon. Look, if you think about it, that's a feature. Because that means that there's always a chance that it might refreeze your food or prepare it. Meaning, you'll be positively surprised when it prepares your food. And when it doesn't prepare your food, but instead refreezes your food, that means that in turn you get to appreciate the many times where it worked correctly. And as a result, you find some new happiness in your life. If you think about it, it's like a self-help book, but actually useful.
バナナを冷凍してみようとしたら、さらにへんてこなことになったし。
When we tried to freeze a banana, it turned out really weird.
さっぱりわかんねえ。
I just don't get it. Dara now, looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he meant by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again.
マユリここにバナナを持て
Bring forth the bananas!
またゲルバナ作るの
Are you gonna turn them into gel bananas again?
前から気になってたけどさ、マユシ。ゲルバナって略さないでくんない？
It's been bugging me, Mayushi. Can you stop calling them gel bananas?
だってね、ゲルバナはゲルバナだもん。
But gel bananas are gel bananas. What's quite funny is actually that gelb, is the German word for yellow, meaning that a banana that turns into gel banana would be a yellow Anna. Another feature! Gadget number 8, I'm telling you. They're cooking with this one, and sometimes refreezing. I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave, name subject to change.
なんでいつも一房丸ごと入れるの？もったいないよ。
Why do you have to use the whole bunch? It's a waste of food.
ケチケチしていては機関との戦いに勝利することなどできんぞ。
Your stinginess could cost us the battle with the organization.
勝たなくてもいいよ。あのね、バナナはマユシーが買ってきてるんだからね。おかげでマユシーはちっともバナナが食べられません。
It's fine with me. Magi always buys the bananas, and now Magi can't eat a single one.
次からは一本ずつ使うことも検討しておこう。
Next time we'll only do one banana. But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry compliments. The phone wave, name subject to change, is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Now, where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coat pockets. Am I supposed to whip out my phone, like physically? How do I do that again? I just realized that I said a bunch of things multiple times. Oh. I found. Let's press the phone triggers button and call the cell phone and make a call to the phone wave name subject. It allows us to confirm the control settings from config of the system. Up there is the button for the phone. Open mailbox, open change settings, change wallpaper, preview. I like this the best after all. Phone ringtone. Gate of Steiner! Mail ringtone. That seems fine. Why is that one kind of normal, actually? Open mailbox. Inbox. Oh dear. Outbox. No mail. Lukaku, Mayuri, Ferris, Daru, Funwave. Let's call the Funwave. I'm connected.
RENG こちらは電話レンジかっこ仮です。
Hello, this is the Funwave, name subject to change. This is the voice of Magi guidance, the system Daru programmed to operate the Funwave.
マユシーの声聞こえてきた？
Do you hear Maishi's voice?
少し黙れ。
Be
マイシー
quiet.
ガイダンスが聞こえなくなる。
I'm trying to listen.
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。
You can operate the timer from this menu.
シャープボタンを押した後、温めたい秒数をプッシュしてください。
After pushing the hashtag button, please enter the heating time in seconds.
例えば、1分ならシャープ60、
For example, press hashtag 60 for 1 minute.
2分ならシャープ120です。
For 2 minutes, press hashtag 120. Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave name subject to change to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter at 120 hashtag. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave name subject to change comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate.
綺麗なターンテーブルだろう。普段と違って逆回転してるんだぜそれ。
Nice turntable, right? It's even spinning backwards.
何？逆回転？
Backwards? I never noticed that.
そこに重大な意味があるかもしれない。漁師の振る舞いにも影響してくる問題であり、奮闘の規則を導入して。
It might have serious implications if we look at the quantum critical behavior driven by Hunt's rule.
あるわねえよ
Yeah, no.
ないか。
Not Hunt's rule?
ないね
No.
そうか。
Okay. The three of us wait and stare for spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Mary takes the bananas out.
ゲルバナの出来上がり
The bananas are ready! The bananas have become not bananas. Gelatinous blobs coated with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. But why would you want to freeze bananas? Well, you might want to try to turn them into jello. And this is what happens. It just gets more confusing each time.
ダルよ。このバナナ、食べてみようとは思わないか思うはずだ。我らの理念達成の犠牲となり散ったダルに。
Daru, you wouldn't mind eating one of these, would you? Of course you wouldn't. It's a science. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered.
すげえまずそうじゃん
They look really nasty.
味は関係ない。
The taste doesn't matter.
があるのだ。さあ、ダルよ。遠慮することはない。骨は拾ってやるから思い切ってずずいと行くがいい。
The taste doesn't matter. What matters is that you eat it. So come on, Daru. No need to be shy. Break a leg or a stomach and go for it.
いらね
では、マユリ。お
Fine.
前にその名誉を譲ろう。
Mayuri, the honor shall be yours.
なんかねゲルバナは中身がデロデロでブニュブニュだったよ
But gel bananas are all gloopy, droopy, soft, and squishy. Right there, by the way, you could hear something called an onomatopoeia, which is something you see a lot in Japanese, which is when a sound is like a word is described in a way that can be associated with a word, sort of like how a snake is, you know, hissing, or a cat is hissing rather, you know. I don't know what the sound is called that they make, snakes make. What that one's called. Is it also hissing? Or a bee is buzzing, etc., etc., you know. And Puyo Puyo is supposed to be that. They've got a lot of these, like, you know, oh, it sounds bouncy, so that's why it's like, you know, soft and squishy, etc., etc. And it's something they use a lot. Just like how kawaii is supposed to be this, it sounds cute, so that's why it's called cute, you know? The sound that it makes when you say it is what the word means. And they've got that a lot with a lot of words, and onomatopoeia are very, very nice. I like that a lot. And it's nice, especially in like slang rather, you know, it's not necessarily trade or Japanese language inherently. A lot of newer words that get founded, you know, are like that. A lot of shorter words like kaba, kawa, meaning cute as well. It's just shortened. It's now cute because it sounds cute, and that's why it means cute. As long as it doesn't mean something else, you know, that's typically how it works. And Puyo Puyo or other stuff like that can, in that way, also mean like bouncy, etc., etc., which is very interesting. It's a very interesting way of doing language, I guess, you know? Wait, she already tried one?
味もしないし全然美味しくなかった
It had no flavor and wasn't tasty at all.
デロデロでブニュブニュか。ダルよ、どう思う？
Gloopy, droopy, soft and squishy. Daru, what do you think?
ブニュブニュバナナかブニュブニュのバナナ
Soft and squishy bananas, huh? Soft and squishy banana.
マユシ、あなたのバナナ、ブニュブニュだねって言ってみて。
Mayushi, say your banana's all soft and squishy for me.
ダルくん、鼻血出てる。
Darukun, your nose is bleeding. Oh no, it's happened again. Daru's being a creep. And on that note, we'll see what's up with the bananas and everything next time. I hope you enjoyed this part. I basically just worked as a salesperson the whole time for all the stupid gadgets and everything. But it's so cool that they've actually made a website and that the website still exists to this day. And that Google Lens is actually working. And that a remote controlled microwave is actually something that now exists nowadays. You know, you can even turn on the lights and turn off the lights, you know, as you go and speak into your phone and stuff. Isn't that cool? Look, the game predicted the future. I'm just saying, isn't that fucking cool? And as next time we'll see what's up actually with the bananas and everything. So, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you around until next time. Bye bye.